Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the free-to-play to bond series. This is going to be the finale as we are at a 5.3 mil cash stack, and there's no way we're going to end this episode without a bond. So let me know in the comment section below what you want me to do with this series going forward. Should I continue it into members? Should I just stop the series? Let me know. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to the Grand Exchange and flip some items. This is Scapenomics from the future. Be sure to stick around until the end of the episode because we're going to do a recap of the entire series with the best flips that we had and the profits that we made per episode, and I think you'll really enjoy it. This is going to sound weird, but I've had this weird craving for like 3 days to flip gem items. I don't know what it is, so we're gonna try and do 3 gem flips to start the episode. Is it weird to crave flipping an item when you're not even logged onto the game? I think something is a little bit wrong with me, guys. After taking a look at GE Tracker, I actually realized that all of these margins on the emeralds and the jewels are actually not as good as I thought, but I'm going to try and flip them anyway just to see if they flip within a decent time frame, and we'll see if we can make some money from it. Start this episode off on the right foot. It has been about 7 hours, and we did buy 1,500 of the diamonds. We got a few emeralds in there too, 129, so we're going to flip these back on the exchange, and I was hoping to get like at least a 30 GP on the diamonds here. Now, the rubies didn't buy, so we're just going to cancel out on those, and we're going to dump these back onto the exchange and try to make some money. If you guys remember from last episode 2, we had a really good flip on the big bones, and one thing that I do like about them is you only have to pay 1 GP in tax when you go to sell these, because they're only worth like 160 to 170 coins each, which does not qualify for a tax of 2 GP, so it is quite a good flip. We're going to flip a lot of these big bones. I'm going to put a pretty big offer in and kind of try to leave it there for a couple of days to see if we can fill this out and just flip it back for a monstrous profit. So we're going to go in for 15,000 big bones for 160 each, and we're going to try to sell them for around 174 to 175, and that should make us some good money. It's been about a day, and we had the diamonds and emeralds sell. Really easy flip on those. And the emeralds really made us like no GP because we only had 129 of them. So we made less than 1k, which is kind of crazy. But we did make at least 60k on those diamonds, which is quite nice. We also have the big bones. We have 6,000 of these bought. So I'm actually going to turn around and sell them for like 175. And see if we're able to sell them for that price. Actually, before I sell it, I'm going to take a quick look on GE Tracker just to make sure we're on the money with that. And they are selling for like 175 on the dot right now, so I'm going to leave those in. They should sell no problem. And look, they already are going. That's so funny. We're also going to go in for a big rune full helm G flip. I'm going to try and flip 16 of these. They are trading for around 72k again, which honestly I think is a really good deal. But I'm hoping these big bones sell off quick enough to where we're able to list another flip before we leave the Grand Exchange for a little bit of time. I'm not sure what it is, but the Rune Full Helm Gs and the Zamorak Full Helms have been really excellent flips for us in this series. If you're someone who is trying to find more free-to-play items to flip that are relatively safe, try flipping those items because they're really easy to flip and they've made us a lot of cash. We did sell all of the big bones, which is really nice. I think we only paid 1 GP in tax on all of those, which means we made a pretty penny for flipping those. Should be about 84k in profit. We don't have the buy offer because we left it in here, but I'm going to leave that in there and let it do its thing. I decided to list the Zamorak Full Helms as well because it looks like overnight we might be able to buy them for 310k each, which is actually really good. So we've got a ton of Rune Full Helm Gs, a ton of Zamorak Full Helms to fill, and of course we've got our big bones, which have been a consistent moneymaker the last few times we have flipped them. We were able to flip the Rune Full Helm Gs, really solid profit on that. I think we made like 120k on those, which is really quite good, so we're going to collect that. We didn't have any luck getting the Zamorak Full Helms, so we'll probably swap into something else here, and the big bones didn't make any more progress, so we need to find some items that are really going to make some more profit. Since the rune full helm Gs are working, we're going to try to buy a few more of those. They're still flipping for a very similar margin, but I also went in and tried to get the Ring of Third Age. Now, the issue with this is it bought instantly, and I was using GE tracker prices, so that's not really a great situation. Although, looking at the graphs, we should be able to sell it for around 2 million GP, so I think we're still going to make money on this, actually, which is quite good. Now, I also went in for a more consistent flip. Now, that is the swordfish. We're buying them for 401, which is quite a high price, but within the past 24 hours, they have been bouncing off the 401 GP mark and selling for around like 415 GP. So I think we should be fine flipping those, and it will make us a little bit of money. As predicted, we were able to sell the Ring of Third Age. I think after tax, we made like 60k on this flip, which really isn't too bad. I might go in and try to flip another one of these, considering it didn't take that long. It took us about maybe 2 hours total, 3 hours total to actually flip that Ring of Third Age. But for the sake of the series, and this being the finale, let's try and flip something else and see if we can make some profit. We're still waiting for the Runeful Helm Gs to come through, as well as the Swordfish, although we've already bought 930 of them. But these Runeful Helm Gs, I might cycle out of these just because over on GE Tracker, it doesn't really look super reliable right now. It looks like it is going up in price a little bit, and I don't really think buying these Runeful Helm Gs is really worth it, unless you're getting them for like 70k each. So we're going to go into another item. You might have noticed as well that I listed the Blue Wizard Robe Gs, and honestly, I don't know why we haven't flipped these. Current margin on them is like 40k, which seems pretty good, but I do think it's going to take a while to buy these. We're going to cancel the Runeful Helm Gs and likely go into a similar cosmetic item as the Blue Wizard Robe G. The item I decided on is the Monk's Robe G. Now, the reason I want to go for the Monk's Robe G is that right now this item is currently going for a 150k margin, and that is post-tax, guys. So there's a lot of money to be made on the Monk's Robe top. And what I really think, though, might be the issue is the volume on these is not very high at all. Of course, that leads to large margins, but it's going to take us a while to flip this. It might even take a full 24 hours. One little pro tip, guys, that I like to do is make sure when you're flipping items like this in free-to-play that you've always got one consistent moneymaker. And right now, that's going to be the Swordfish, while the Blue Wizard Robe G and the Monk's Robe Top G are going to be a little bit more inconsistent, but more profit. The Swordfish is going to be that safe, easy flip that's going to make us some cash. So always make sure you've got something that is driving your cash stack and is going to make you money, while you can have some other riskier flips that, yes, they are going to make you even more profit than the Swordfish, but you always want that consistent income. And I am back. I accidentally left this overnight, which I didn't mean to do, but it looks like it's working out either way. We did get the Swordfish, which we're going to sell back for around 414. I'm just going to check the price on GE Tracker right before I do that. And on top of that as well, we did get the Blue Wizard Robe Gs, so we're going to go look at GE Tracker and see where we can sell these off for. This is actually pretty exciting, guys. If we're looking over at GE Tracker, we can see that the Blue Wizard Robe G is actually selling for around 310 GP for the past like 24 hours. So I'm thinking we list them at like 295 and see if they actually sell off for that. If so, that's going to be a huge profit. While we're here, though, let's check out the Swordfish as well. Can't imagine that that has dipped too much, and it looks like that is the case. Should be able to sell them for around 414 each. Maybe we'll do 413 just to get some safe profit. We're also going to go in for the Runeful Helm Gs again, just because they're such an easy profit, guys. And if you look at this, they've been consistently trading between 70 and 85k, which means we shouldn't have any issues flipping these, and we might as well make some easy money. A quick update, guys. Huge news. The Blue Wizard Robe Gs are selling for a massive, massive profit. I'm so happy with those. Also, we did get the Swordfish off, which was a simple flip that netted us about 40k, which really is not too bad at all. Very happy with that. Now, these Runeful Helm Gs have not bought out yet. We're going to leave that for a little bit longer, so I know that these do take quite some time to flip. We're going to find another item for us to flip here in the meantime and see what we can do with the rest of this episode. We're going to try to flip the Robe Monk Top T. Now, the trimmed version seems to be doing a lot better than the Gilded version from a volume standpoint, so I think it's actually going to be easier to flip this one in this session. If we take a look over on GE Tracker here, you can see that the Monk Robe T is actually gaps pretty often here. Now, it looks like we can get a really good return on investment, and even just on a nice little quick daily flip, buy it for like 71k, sell it for like 115k, and honestly net a good amount of cash considering we only have to pay 1.1k in tax, which really is not a lot. It's been about a day since I've checked my flips, and luckily we bought all of the Monk's Robe Tops tees, although I do think selling them for the previously mentioned 115k will be a little bit difficult, so I'm going to list them around 95k and see what happens. Also, I canceled the Rune Full Helm Gs. These are just not buying, and we've pretty much had them listed since the start of the episode, so we're actually going to move into a different item. Also, the Blue Wizard Robe Gs have almost completely sold off. We're still waiting for one more. Might have to lower the sell price on the last one. We've decided to adjust the prices on our items. We're also listing the Ring of Third Age. Now, the Ring of Third Age is quite interesting right now. I keep seeing it dip overnight to like 1,729,000, 1,751,000. There's a ton of dips on this item. I think we might be able to pick up another cheap one. So I listed above those two dips in hopes of actually picking it up, and we'll see what happens. The goal right now is to get some of the Blue Wizard Robe Gs off, make sure we can sell the Monk's Robe Top tees as well, and then go into some safer flips that are going to net us some easy profit to wrap up the series. Bam, the Blue Wizard Robe G sold. That might contend for one of the biggest flips that we've had in this entire series. The total amount of profit for that flip was 322k. That is insane. If I'm not mistaken, that might be one of the best flips we've had in the entire series. Guys, flipping in free-to-play once you have a little bit of cash is actually now better than I expected post-tax. So this is actually amazing. We're making a ton of money right now. Unfortunately, though, the Monk's Robe Tops T are not really selling, so we're going to have to adjust that one. I do think they will sell if we leave it here long enough, but we want to be efficient in our flips, and we do want another slot open. Now, the Ring of Third Age, though, I am going to leave overnight. I think that actually is still going to buy, but with this extra slot that we have, I think with this like 3.9 mil we've got, I'm going to go in for a big swordfish flip, since it's been really consistently trading between 400 and 415 GP this entire week. So we're going to invest basically all our cash in that and see if we can come out on top. We're listing 9,800 swordfish at 400 GP each, which is actually almost the 4-hour limit for those. We're just going to go ahead and dump the Monk's Robe Top tees. It's not necessarily a dump, but we're going to sell them for 65k each, which is going to negate to, at a max, like 7 or 8k loss per robe top, so it's really not too bad of a loss considering it's not obviously favorable. It's a little bit unfortunate, but we haven't taken that many losses in the series, so honestly, I'm happy selling these off for a little bit lower and just cycling into something else. And I think that is a really important skill, by the way, for flipping. If you've got a losing item and the loss really isn't that bad, just sell and get out of the item. There's plenty of opportunities to find on the Grand Exchange. Think of it this way. Another quick strategy change, instead of waiting for the Monk's Robe Top T to come through, we're actually going to list the Blue Wizard Robe Gs again because they've actually crashed down and are currently buying for around 198k each. If you guys remember, we sold these for like 290k each on our first run through, so there is a potential to maybe get 100k profit for these. I think that might be a little bit unrealistic, but we should be looking at the very least 50k each for the Blue Wizard Robe Gs, aiming for about 75 to 100k each. And I don't expect all of those to buy, by the way. We'll probably get like 2 or 3, but I thought we'd list the 9 because you never really know. It is the next day. We bought all of the swordfish, but currently I'm only seeing swordfish sell for 410. We really want to sell it for 415, so we might list it around there and just wait a little bit longer. We did try to get the blue party hats to buy overnight because we were able to sell the Monk's Robe tees. Again, that was like a 30k, 35k loss. But we didn't get any of the blue party hats overnight. We do have a few of the Blue Wizard Robe Gs. Currently, just looked on GE Tracker, they're selling for like 261k each. I might just take that profit, honestly. It's pretty good, but we might try and stretch it out a bit. I'm still not entirely sure. Since we are coming to the end of the episode, I'm going to try to get a quick lobster flip in as well, while the swordfish and the blue wizard robe G's are selling. And we crushed the profit again. The blue wizard robe G's made us like 100k total, which is awesome. And then the lobsters and the swordfish didn't make us nearly as much. I think we made like 40k for each flip, a little bit less on the lobsters, like 30k. And we'll see on these swordfish about 40k. So 70k total, really not too bad. 6.1 mil total cash stack. I think that is going to be plenty of money to buy a bond. This is the moment of truth, guys. Will we be able to buy the bond? Currently looks like it's going for like 5.3 mil. I am going to go a little bit under because I do like to save money, of course. And we'll maybe list it around 5.2 mil. I just want to check GE Tracker first to see if that is a realistic offer. Okay, so it's kind of an interesting situation because the bond right now is spiking in price. It just got all the way to 5.8 mil, but I don't think it's going to see that price last for too long, so I'm going to list at 5.2 mil and see if we can actually get that. Alright, I did have to raise the price, but there it is, guys. A bond for 5.55 million GP. That is such a good feeling. We're capping off the series. Wow, that is super, super exciting. As promised, we're giving this bond away, so if you'd like to win this bond, be sure to leave a comment on this video letting me know what you want me to do with this series going forward. Should I keep flipping to see if I can get to 10 mil, to 20 mil, to 100 mil? Let me know in the comments. You'll also have to be with us on Discord in order to win the bond, so feel free to join us with the link in the description below. And just like that, team, we finished off and got a bond in 9 episodes with a final cash stack of around 6.1 million GP and buying a bond for 5.55 million GP. Now, I've got a little breakdown of our profit per episode on screen right here. And per episode, we made an average profit of 728k. And as you can see from the graphic as well, as the episodes went on, our cash stack just increased more and more, especially once we got to that 2.5 to 3 mil cash stack, which was around episode 6. Our cash stack really started to scale, and we started having 1 mil profit episodes. Like I stated before, please let me know in the comments what you'd like me to do with this series going forward. Should I continue this, or should I move on to some different kinds of content, or maybe even a different flipping series entirely? Thank you so much for the continued support on this series. I think you guys really loved it by the feedback that I've got and by the view count on this, and I'm really appreciative of that. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you want to see with this series going forward, and I'll see you guys in the next one.